When you thought hip-hop couples couldn't get messier, when you thought Love and Hip Hop had already given us every possible cheating scandal, side baby rumor, and backstage brawl, boom, a brand new bombshell drops. And this one has fans gagging harder than the season finale of Power, because the streets are saying Papoose just got caught up in a messy reveal that dragged boxing champ Claressa Shields into the mix. And Remy Ma? Oh, she is not here for it. Remy didn't just clap back. She went full Bronx Gladiator, swinging harder than a heavyweight in Madison Square Garden. And when Remy goes off, the internet listens, screams, screenshots, and memes it into the history books. Social media didn't just react, it combusted. Twitter timelines flooded like a broken dam. Instagram turned into a digital war zone of clown emojis and popcorn gifs. And TikTok creators already got reenactments with dramatic music queued up. This isn't just a scandal, this is a cultural earthquake. Papoose's squeaky clean hip-hop husband of the year image, hanging by a thread, Claressa's name, caught in crossfire. And Remy Ma? She's about to deliver verbal punches deadlier than any boxing ring knockout. It started like all great scandals do. Not with facts, not with receipts, but with whispers. Little crumbs of gossip sprinkled across the internet like birdseed, waiting for the pigeons of Twitter to swoop down and feast. One minute, Papoose was being praised as the hip-hop husband of the century, the man who stood tall while Remy Ma was behind bars, the walking definition of loyalty. The next minute, his name was trending for all the wrong reasons, wrapped in whispers of a reveal so messy, it could make even Joe Budden speechless. The internet loves a hero, but it loves tearing one down even more. For years, Papoose has been the poster boy for Black love, the man who built his brand on holding it down for his queen, raising the kids, and showing up as the anti-Kirk Frost. But apparently, the crown was heavy because suddenly blogs were running headlines like, "Is Papoose as loyal as he claims?" And messy receipts put Pap in the hot seat. At first, fans didn't believe it. How could they? Papoose wasn't just a rapper anymore, he was a brand, a movement. He was the guy everyone pointed to when they wanted to say, "See, real men still exist." But then came the reveal, the one that dragged an entirely new name into the mess. Claressa Shields. Yes, the Claressa Shields. Olympic gold medalist, undefeated boxing champion, the GOAT of women's boxing. She wasn't just minding her business training for fights. Now she was allegedly connected to whispers involving Papoose. No one knew how, no one knew why. But the streets were buzzing like a barbershop on a Saturday morning. It all came from a clip. A blurry, shaky video that looked like it was filmed on a Nokia from 2006. In the clip, some source hinted at Papoose being a little too close with Claressa at a private event. That was it. No kiss, no hand-holding, nothing concrete. But in scandal culture, you don't need facts. You just need vibes. And the vibes were scandalous enough to light the internet on fire. Twitter detectives immediately got to work. They pulled up old photos of Papoose and Claressa at events, zooming in on every smile, every glance, every side hug. One viral tweet said, "Look at the way Pap looking at her. That ain't just friends energy." Another account posted side-by-side photos with captions like, "I know loyalty when I see it, and this ain't it." And then came the memes. Oh, the memes. One showed Claressa in the boxing ring with the caption, "She knocked out more than opponents. She knocked out Remy's patience." Another had Remy Ma's Shether cover art photoshopped to read, "Shield her." Fans laughed, fans cried, and fans hit that retweet button like it was the snooze on Monday morning. But where there's smoke, there's fire. Or at least gasoline poured by gossip blogs. One outlet claimed Claressa had been seen at exclusive industry dinners with Papoose. Another hinted that insiders whispered about business meetings that didn't look too businesslike. Nobody had receipts, but everybody had an opinion. And opinions spread faster than facts ever could. Meanwhile, Remy Ma wasn't silent. Oh no, she didn't post a press release or a carefully worded PR statement. She went full Remy, raw, unfiltered, and ready for war. In an Instagram Live that had over 100,000 viewers tuned in, she dropped the kind of lines that shake the internet to its core. "Don't play with me. Don't play with my name. And don't think for a second I won't address a chick directly if she steps out of line." Boom. Internet explosion. Was she talking about Claressa? Was she talking about Papoose? Or both? Fans clipped the video, looped it, slowed it down, and analyzed her facial expressions like it was the Zapruder film. Some said she was aiming at Claressa, others swore it was a warning to Papoose, and the rest just screamed, "We need the tea, sis!" Claressa, for her part, didn't stay completely quiet either. The champ hit Twitter with a simple but shady post. "Ain't nobody checking for married men. Don't mix my name in your messy headlines." But by then, it was too late. The internet doesn't need confirmation. It thrives on denial. That tweet became the headline. Bloggers plastered it everywhere. Claressa responds to allegations involving Papoose. Now the stage was set. You had Papoose, the once untouchable king of loyalty, standing in the middle of a scandal hurricane. You had Remy Ma, the queen of clapbacks, sending coded warnings that felt more dangerous than an actual diss track. And you had Claressa Shields, a boxing champ suddenly dragged into love and hip-hop style drama she didn't sign up for. The reactions were brutal. Fans who once praised Papoose for being the model husband turned on him with lightning speed. One viral comment read, "Pap had us fooled. He was just Kirk Frost with better PR." Ouch. Another wrote, "Remy held you down all those years, and you out here playing with Claressa? Trash. It was a feeding frenzy." The internet wasn't interested in facts anymore. It wanted blood, and Remy Ma, being the warrior she is, gave them exactly what they wanted. Heat. More cryptic lives, more savage comments, more moments that had fans screaming, "She's about to drop Shether 2.0 but aimed at her own husband this time." And through it all, Papoose remained mostly silent, which in scandal culture is the worst move possible. Because silence doesn't look like dignity, it looks like guilt. Every day he didn't address it, the narrative grew messier. Fans begged him to speak, blogs dragged him for hiding, and Remy's reputation as the woman who doesn't take disrespect loomed over his every move. The messy reveal had officially shattered the perfect couple image. The same couple once branded as hip-hop royalty was now being compared to Tristan Thompson and Khloe Kardashian. Yes, it got that bad. And this was just the beginning. The internet doesn't just react to drama anymore. It escalates it, turbocharges it, and sells it back to you in meme format before the dust even settles. By the time Remy Ma dropped her "Don't play with me" warning, Twitter was already in meltdown mode. TikTok creators were cranking out reenactments like unpaid interns for VH1, and Instagram blogs were refreshing every 30 seconds waiting for the next clapback. The messy reveal involving Papoose and Claressa Shields became more than a story. It became the story. Suddenly, you couldn't scroll 2 inches on your feed without seeing a meme of Remy with fire emojis, or Claressa photoshopped into a boxing ring squaring off against marriage. Fans were treating it like the Super Bowl of scandals, and honestly, it was better entertainment than half the shows on TV, but what really sent this saga into overdrive were the celebrity reactions. Because in the world of hip-hop and reality TV, nobody stays quiet when there's blood in the water. Carly Red, never one to miss her cue, jumped on Instagram with a cryptic post of her sipping wine, captioned, "Some of y'all husbands ain't as solid as y'all think." The internet lost its collective mind. Within minutes, people were flooding her comments. "Is this about Pap? Carly, spill the tea. Blink twice if Claressa ain't the only one." Remy Ma, fresh off her own scandals, went live with a smirk plastered across her face. She didn't say Papoose's name, but she didn't have to. Her tone said it all. I keep telling y'all, these couples that look perfect on the gram. Baby, behind closed doors, it's a whole different story. Fans clipped it, reposted it, and turned it into headlines. Remy Ma shades Papoose and Remy after scandal reveal. Even Fat Joe, who has always been tight with Remy, got dragged into the conversation when fans begged him to check on his sis. He finally tweeted, "Stop dragging Rem's name through gossip. She's built for this." But instead of calming the storm, it just added another log to the fire. People read between the lines. Did Fat Joe just confirm she was in pain? Did he know something we didn't? The rumor mill spun out of control. Alleged insiders claimed Claressa and Papoose had been too friendly at industry events. Others insisted the whole thing was blown out of proportion and fueled by jealous rivals. But in scandal culture, perception is more powerful than reality. And the perception was ugly. Meanwhile, TikTok creators turned the situation into a content goldmine. One viral skit showed an actress dressed as Remy pacing the kitchen, yelling into her phone, "Papoose, you loyal to who now? Claressa?" Another recreated the alleged secret dinner using Barbie dolls, complete with a mini boxing ring for added flair. Millions of views, thousands of comments. The internet couldn't get enough. Thousands of comments. The internet couldn't get enough. Memes hit nuclear levels. Someone photoshopped Claressa holding championship belts labeled Papoose's loyalty and Remy's patience. Another had Remy Ma in her iconic fur coat from a past reunion with the caption, "Walking into Claressa's gym like, accompanied by fight music. Even Drake got dragged in. A meme showed him holding a microphone with the caption, "Remy Ma writing Shether 2.0 in the booth right now." But the internet's laughter quickly turned into outrage. Fans felt betrayed. Papoose wasn't just another rapper. He was supposed to be the blueprint, the guy who represented commitment in an industry built on scandal. His silence was deafening. Every day he didn't address it, fans grew more hostile. Comment sections were filled with lines like, "Pap, you had one job. Not you out here embarrassing Remy after she held you down. This ain't it. King." Remy's image, on the other hand, only grew stronger. Her cryptic lives were dissected like Shakespeare sonnets. Fans rallied behind her, calling her the Queen of Loyalty, and demanding she cut Pap loose if the rumors had any truth. The internet loves a scorned woman, and Remy's energy screamed, "Don't mess with me." Claressa Shields, though? She was caught in the crossfire of a storm she never asked for. She denied the allegations outright, but denial isn't a shield against memes. One of the most viral edits of the month showed her mid-punch in a boxing match with the caption, "Knocking out marriages since 2025. Even her boxing achievements got twisted into jokes. She's undefeated in the ring and undefeated in ruining couples. Cruel? Absolutely. But the internet has no mercy. What made the scandal explode even further was the timing. Remy had been enjoying a quiet moment, building businesses, promoting music, and staying mostly unproblematic. Pap was supposed to be her anchor. Instead, he became the anchor weighing her down in the storm. Fans accused him of throwing away years of loyalty for clout. Others speculated that the reveal wasn't even true, but rather a stunt to boost relevance. Is this a PR stunt for the next season of Love and Hip Hop? Became a trending question. And VH1 producers were somewhere with dollar signs in their eyes. Word spread that the network wanted to spin this into the central storyline of the next season, dangling massive checks in front of Remy, Pap, and even Claressa to tell their sides. Imagine that reunion episode. Remy on one couch, Claressa on the other, Pap sweating in the middle like a referee who knows he's already lost. The longer the story lived, the more creative the theories became. Some swore Papoose had a secret life nobody knew about. Others dragged up old interviews, pointing to tiny moments as evidence that the cracks were always there. And through it all, Remy and Pap remained mostly silent, letting the speculation snowball. But silence in scandal culture isn't golden, it's gasoline. Fans filled in the blanks with their own wild ideas. Claressa became the accidental villain, Remy the fiery heroine, and Pap the fallen king of loyalty. The storyline practically wrote itself. By week 2, the scandal wasn't even about facts anymore. It was a soap opera unfolding online in real time. Fans picked sides like it was WWE. Team Remy, Team Claressa, Team Pap ruined it. Twitter Spaces turned into verbal battlegrounds, with thousands debating loyalty, marriage, and whether Claressa was guilty of anything at all. The mess had officially gone global. Blogs in the UK and gossip sites in Nigeria were running with headlines about Remy, Pap, and Claressa. International fans were posting, "We don't even watch Love and Hip Hop, but this tea is universal." And the chaos? It still wasn't done. By the time the dust began to settle, it was clear. This wasn't just another love triangle rumor or a temporary trending hashtag. This was the kind of scandal that sticks, the kind that claws its way into reputations and refuses to let go. The messy reveal involving Papoose and Claressa Shields didn't just shake social media for a weekend, it left behind cracks that no PR team could patch up. Let's start with Papoose. The man once hailed as hip-hop's ultimate husband, the poster child of loyalty, now had his crown knocked off and kicked into the gutter. For years, he had been elevated as the anti-cheater, the guy who stood tall while Remy was locked up, the man women wished their boyfriends would study like a college course. But after the scandal, that image was demolished. Fans no longer called him Pap the Loyal. They called him Pap the Liar. Every motivational post he tried to make was hijacked. He could tweet about music, about family, about anything, and the replies were brutal. Did Claressa help you write this? Delete this and apologize to Remy. You had one job, Pap! The brand he built over decades cracked like a cheap phone screen, and no amount of silence could glue it back together. Meanwhile, Remy Ma's reputation shot through the roof, but at a heavy cost. Fans crowned her the new face of strength and betrayal. Memes called her the Beyoncé of the Bronx, surviving humiliation with poise, but still ready to spit bars if pushed too far. Clips of her warning on IG Live were replayed endlessly, framed as iconic moments of a woman refusing to be played. But strength in scandal is bittersweet. Every compliment Remy got was tied to pain. People didn't praise her for music or entrepreneurship. They praised her for not killing Pap yet. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Remy Ma deserves a Grammy just for not going Shether 2.0 on her husband's head. Then there was Claressa Shields, caught in a whirlwind she didn't even ask for. Despite denying everything, she couldn't dodge the storm. Every time she posted about boxing, the comments section turned into a circus. Fans dropped clown emojis, boxing glove memes, and endless jokes about knocking out marriages. Even in her victories, the shadow of the scandal followed. She wasn't just Claressa the champion anymore. She was Claressa the alleged side character in hip-hop's messiest. Drama, sponsors whispered about. Reputational risk. Gossip blogs stopped covering her fights and instead focused on her denials. Her brand, built on discipline and dominance, was suddenly being chewed apart by rumor and speculation. The internet has a way of rewriting your story, and Claressa learned that the hard way. But let's zoom out, because the cultural impact of this scandal was enormous. Fans who once looked at Papoose and Remy as couple goals began to side-eye every celebrity relationship. Twitter threads popped up with captions like, "If Pap can't stay loyal, there's no hope for anyone." It became the new cautionary tale. Forget Tristan Thompson. Forget Kirk Frost. Papoose was the fresh, painful reminder that even the perfect couples can crumble. VH1, of course, wasn't going to let this go to waste. Insiders claimed producers were plotting entire storylines around the fallout. Imagine the reunion. Remy on one couch, Pap sweating bullets on the other, Claressa brought in via dramatic walkout. Fans were already salivating at the thought, demanding, "We need this on TV immediately." The network knew it had struck gold. Not scripted drama, but real chaos with stakes higher than any staged argument. And the memes, oh, they never stopped. Weeks after the reveal, edits were still going viral. One showed Remy standing over Pap like a referee, declaring, "Loyalty is dead." Another put Claressa in a boxing match poster against marriage, with Remy as the referee. People weren't just laughing at the situation, they were immortalizing it. Even rappers outside the circle couldn't resist chiming in. One threw a subliminal bar in a freestyle, held her down like Remy, but switched like Pap can't trust loyalty. It breaks with a clap. The crowd roared, the blogs reposted, and suddenly, Papoose's name was a punchline in the culture he once represented with pride. The real tragedy? Nobody cared about facts anymore. Was the reveal true? Was it exaggerated? Was Claressa even involved at all? None of it mattered. The internet doesn't deal in truth, it deals in vibes. And the vibe was that Papoose betrayed Remy, Claressa played a role, and Remy Ma was the queen rising from the ashes. That narrative became gospel, no matter how messy the receipts looked. And in scandal culture, consequences ripple far beyond the people directly involved. Younger fans started tweeting things like, "This is why I'll never trust men." Others declared, "Remy Ma is the new patron saint of betrayed women." Pap's silence created a void that fans filled with their own rage, their own pain, and their own projections. The longer the Frosts, the Thompsons, and the rest of hip-hop's messy men kept getting away with scandals, the more people expected Papoose to be different. And when he wasn't, that hurt. Not just for Remy, but for the culture that had propped him up as the exception. By the end of the month, this wasn't just about Remy, Pap, and Claressa. It was about trust, betrayal, and the illusion of perfection. Every podcast, every talk show, every gossip blog spun the story into something bigger. It was proof that even the strongest couples have weak links, and even the most disciplined champions can get dragged into scandals they never asked for. The aftermath was clear. Papoose's reputation as hip-hop's loyal husband was permanently cracked. Remy Ma came out stronger, but at the cost of being defined by betrayal. Claressa Shields learned that denial doesn't erase a narrative once the internet runs with it. And the internet? It crowned the scandal as one of 2025's greatest drama sagas, right up there with Blueface and Christian's Weekly Chaos. But here's the scariest part. This isn't the end. In the world of celebrity scandals, nothing ever truly ends. Receipts can drop months later. Old interviews can resurface. Another cryptic post can reignite everything. And with Remy, Pap, and Claressa still in the spotlight, fans are just waiting for round 2. Because in scandal culture, there's always another fight. And this time, it might not just be in the boxing ring. And there you have it. The scandal that took a loyal husband, a rap queen, and a boxing champion, and turned them into the internet's favorite soap opera. What started as whispers about Papoose spiraled into a hurricane of memes, clapbacks, and headlines so messy, VH1 producers are probably writing checks as we speak. But now, the question lands in your lap: what do you think? Did Papoose really fumble the bag and tarnish his Husband of the Year crown? Was Claressa unfairly dragged into chaos she never asked for? Or is Remy Ma about to channel her inner sheather and drop bars sharp enough to finish everyone in sight? Theories, conspiracies, wild predictions. I want to see them all in the comments. And while you're stirring the pot down there, do the internet a favor. Smash that like button like Remy smashing the mic at Summer Jam. Hit subscribe harder than Claressa lands punches in the ring. And slap that notification bell like it owes you rent. Because trust me, this isn't the last scandal you'll hear about. Tomorrow it might be another rapper caught slipping. Next week it could be another perfect couple exposed as just another illusion. And when it happens, you know where to find the raw breakdown, the savage commentary, and the meme-fueled truth. This isn't just gossip. This isn't just commentary. This is the drama factory, the chaos refinery, the scandal capital of YouTube. This is Scandal Spark, and the next explosion is already loading. Stay tuned.